Today's guest is somebody I've been looking forward to having on the show, Thomas Izaguirre. He is a youth soccer coach at M&P Soccer Training, where he has been mentoring and developing the next generation, both on and off the field. He also is a content creator who's passionate about inspiring others through his work, and now he's entering a new chapter in life as he prepares to move to Miami to help grow his family's roofing business alongside his father. Funny enough, so I have that little, you see the little gas station there?
Yeah.
So that gas station, I found it on eBay. And turns out that I think it was like the Christmas of 97, 96, 97. My dad gave us that same gas station. And I played with that thing like nonstop. So I put like little lights because that's what we did with my dad. We put lights and all that. So my brother and we play with it constantly. And when I would always remember, because you always kind of remember like the little like key little moments in your life. And I was like, um I need to find it and see if maybe I can get one. And of course I found it on eBay. And then boom. I think it was like $20. Like, I can't believe the fact that, so it's got a lot of nostalgia, I guess, for me, so I like it. It's pretty cool. So I'm just trying to get more of the little Hot Wheels. It's just kind of give me something else to do.
I got you. I was like, you're really into cars.
I am.
You're a car guy.
Yeah.
I see with the truck, you posting a lot of videos of your truck and stuff.
Yeah. Last cars I had, the last one was a 94 Integra. And that was my older brother's car.
Okay, word.
And I begged him for a while. I was like, hey, let me get it. Because that's the car that I technically learned how to drive in.
Okay.
That's because it was a 5-speed.
Okay.
So so he did all the work to it, and that was like when Fast and the Furious was coming out. So he put all the body work and all that.
What a time! What a time to be alive, Fast and Furious, bro.
So because my dad was able to do all those things, so we went in the paint and all that. So we put the body work on it.
Oh, so you're a street racer.
Yeah, we hooked that thing up, and then basically so this car had history. You seen Gone in 60 Seconds?
I feel like I have.
Eleanor, the GT 500 Mustang.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Right. So that car has history because it would always get stolen.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted it, right? So that's the whole point of the movie. And so this car, it's funny because it was like that too. The guy that had it prior to my brother, they kept stealing that car. They kept breaking into it. So then my brother got it, and the same thing. We had the pop-up screen. He had speakers in the back, and the pop-up screen like that,
Y'all was Fast and Furious for real.
Man,
y'all was doing the thing.
We were, and the girls did, like, we thought we were we were out there just max, man.
Moving like Toretto.
Oh yeah. It's funny. But we did a lot of work to that car, and then eventually my brother got married and left it sitting. It was just sitting on his driveway for years. And I'm like, dude, the car's just going to waste. Like, let me get it. He's like, no, I don't want to sell it. So I finally convinced him and was able to, I took all the body work off, all the stuff and kind of put it, I wanted to look just as original as I could. And then I had a buddy of mine that redid the whole body work and paint.
Okay.
And did the inside and all that. Was getting ready to redo the engine, and my brother's like, yo, the car is looking good. Let me get it back.
Yeah, let me get it back. What? So he gave it to you and then let me get it back.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
essentially I sold it back to him. Yeah. Yeah, so it's yeah, but we've been in I'm not gonna say like I'm like a crazy car guy because I don't I like to mess around with cars here and there, but
Yeah.
there's guys out there that are throwing like a
Bro,
ton of money to their
that I'm telling you, I always wanted to be a car guy
yeah,
because I watched from Fast and Furious the first one all
yeah,
the way up until like the
yeah,
very last one. I watched all of them, so like watching them made me want to be part of that lifestyle.
yeah,
I was like, bro, I can't afford that. I can't
yeah.
afford to give you a Skyline
It's a lot.
and just add all these mods to it. So I just can't do it.
It's a lot. Yeah,
So I just kind of like slowly like walked away from it. But
yeah,
movies,
yeah,
they're top notch.
yeah. I was talking about uh so the last episode that we did, I was talking about my tickets because out in I grew up in Durham, Raleigh, North Carolina,
Yeah,
and out there they kind of have like it's like a belt line. I
yeah.
forgot the one that they have here in Greenville because they have kind of like a loop right around the city.
Mm,
So Charlotte has one too. The one in Raleigh, it was the 540.
tell me
And
the name of the highway.
yeah, so
I got you.
540. So basically, um, they're like, especially at night. I mean,
Right.
they're nice, great roads, and you just get on there. So
Okay, I got you.
we would all get on there,
And just go crazy.
and like everybody that was at the meetup would get in there and just get on the highway and just ride, and then all of a sudden, like everybody would start racing whoever they wanted to race.
Yeah.
And of course, you get back to the meetup spot, and then
So
the cops would show
it's like a
up.
full circle.
Yeah,
I got you.
the cops would show up. They would come and like kick everybody out,
Yeah.
or whoever was there. Like they would catch racing. You would get tickets.
Dang.
Yeah, so I was into all that, man. It was awesome.
No,
But
yeah.
I had a stack of tickets. Yeah, yeah. So when I met Michelle, like I was like settling down because I was working, but I was still dealing with all of that stuff.
Right.
And I had my license revoked like several times already.
Sheesh.
So when I met her, I can't remember, I had to take like a driving class, and then there was something else I had to do, but everything that I needed to do was $3,000
Not a bad way to spend $10,000.
that I had to pay.
So,
Yeah.
so what did Michelle think when she first met you? And like, you had all these things.
So then I tell her
Did you tell
because
her
I
when you met her?
didn't. This is what's crazy. I tell her, and because she's very like she's very like analytical, and everything has got to be right.
Right.
She will not pass a red light.
That's my girl. I can't lie. That's how
She will
Fernanda
not,
is.
drive fast because it's
I am.
illegal.
Hey, you up like we're like almost the same because Fernanda's the
So
same way.
yeah,
Like
so
she,
with me, I was like, I'm driving fast. Even now, like she does it. Like I drive a little fast. She's like, "Hey, slow down."
bro.
Hey, look
I,
at your gauge.
I know.
I'm like, I got it. Calm down.
Bro, that's Fernando with me like all over.
Yeah,
That's why I'm like, baby, if you feel that way, just drive.
yeah,
Or how about you just drive? She's like, no,
yeah,
I don't want to. I don't want to. They don't need all my put about everything. I
yeah.
mean, like it's like the littlest things, but I see that car coming. I'm like, yo, we're like 40 feet away. I could have time to brake. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
it's crazy because I can't handle her driving.
mm,
Like as soon as she starts driving, I'm like,
I know.
can you like,
No, I feel you.
yeah, the car's in front of us and we're just right behind. I hate being in the back of another car,
Yeah.
especially if they're driving slow. And I don't know, I feel like men, we can kind of see right away
Yeah.
that like you expect already what's gonna happen.
Right.
Right. So I always try to move because I'm like, this car, I got a feeling they're gonna turn in really quick, not even
Yeah.
put a signal on.
Right.
And she'll just stay there right behind the car, like nothing crazy. I'm like, baby, can you move? Move to the left because look. And then sure, that happens and she's gotta hit the brakes. I'm like, oh,
You know but I thought I was the only one who had that little like I guess vision or anticipation. But it
no.
happens to me all the time, bro. I'm driving. It's like I'm a little bit more aware of
Yeah.
what's about to happen.
Yeah.
than she is.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yo, this is about to happen. So I always move or I'll accelerate to get past the person.
Yeah.
And then it ends up happening. I'm like, oh, you see?
Yeah.
And when she's driving, I'm just like, yo, how can you not see this? How are you not looking like left and right? Like wouldn't turn to your right on the right lane or wouldn't get in the left lane without looking. Like she's just like this. She drives like this.
Yeah, that's how
I
they
drive
are.
like this.
Like the horses, you know,
Yeah,
with the
just straight tunnel vision.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
looking forward.
yeah. I remember because I used to live a little bit further away, maybe about 45 minutes. So sometimes wherever we were at, we would meet up, and then I would follow her back to her place. And so of course, you know, I got to drive back home, but I'm just following her, so we're both on the highway. And then I look at her on the side, and you know, because you're like, you see her, and you're like, hopefully she sees me, and like, and she's just like focus, you know. And she used to wear her little, well, she still wears glasses, but she would just be there like a little, you know, Asian woman just driving, you know. I'm like, no, okay.
That's how Brenda is too. She's
But I think it's just like a women thing, you know. They're just
oh my.
focused on what they're
Yeah,
doing.
it's weird.
Like me, I'm paying attention to everything, you know.
No, I feel you.
I'm looking to see who's gonna come out from the side, how that person's breaking up front, you know. I'm paying attention to everything.
No, I feel you.
Luckily, I haven't had any like crazy wrecks, but
I've never got into an accident.
yeah,
I feel more comfortable doing more things while I'm driving because I feel like I'm more focused than for me just to be like this because then I'll fall asleep. And I don't know what's more dangerous, me doing things in my car while driving or falling asleep while I'm driving. You know what I mean?
I heard that like driving while you're about to sleep is close to as driving like drunk. Yeah,
It's bad.
yeah,
So I was like this.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's terrible.
Yeah, I've been there.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
When I used to drive a lot, that's what I told you.
Oh yeah.
I would drive, and then I would get into these like country roads, and I'm like putting the window down. I'm just getting air. No, that didn't help. Pull it back up, and I'm singing. I'd put every type of music that I could find.
Yeah.
Rock. I didn't even like rock.
You don't even like rock.
Put country music on. I love you, baby. Just screaming, you know, trying to wake myself up. And I'm like, hey, wake up, wake up. It was rough.
Nah, I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah, it's scary when you get to that point. So, all right, man. Let's get into this. Thank you for coming. Thank you for making the time, and I'm happy to have you here, man.
I
So
appreciate you having me.
So for the people that don't know you, like, tell me about you, man. Like, tell me.
I mean, my life's pretty, you know, pretty simple. I was born in Seneca, South Carolina.
Okay.
Which technically I'm from Walhalla, but you can't be born in Walhalla because there's no hospital.
Okay.
So you drive it's like 20 minutes up the road to Seneca.
To Seneca.
And that's where you're born.
All right.
Yeah, I was born in Seneca, grew up in Walhalla, raised there. I say probably roughly around 8 years old, I moved to Anderson, and then my life just kind of blew up in Anderson. That's where everything started for me. Soccer,
that's where
the game, meeting all my friends, all my childhood friends, like all the friends that you met the other day.
Yeah.
Those are the same friends that I've had since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I just met them like one by one, just like through school or like I guess the park or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But my parents used to own a grocery store, like a Hispanic grocery store.
Oh.
And that's where that's where I met everybody.
So everybody knew you.
Pretty much. I mean, but it's like my parents had the bright idea of calling la tienda Tomás.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So everybody, oh, you use la tienda. I'm like, yeah, that's me. And so I made friends with everybody.
Yeah.
So like my boy Nick, he used to live in the apartments behind, and his parents used to come shop there, and we just became friends. And then.
So did you work at the store too?
I mean, yeah, I was a little kid. I was only like I said 8 years old, so I would help or work.
Yeah.
You know, I would like mop.
Yeah.
I would sweep.
Vaya limpiar.
I limpiar every morning, but I was just there to mess around, to be honest.
Okay.
Like I would go out there and just be there because I had nowhere else to be, you know.
Yeah.
But that was
awesome.
my life. Yeah.
That's cool, man. I didn't know. So they basically got rid of the store eventually.
Yeah. I would say roughly around probably 2014. Maybe 2013, things started to get a little bit rough financially.
Yeah.
So my dad's like, I gotta find a different outing. And he met these guys who would constantly come to the store. He's like, yeah, we do roofing and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so I said, you know what? let me give this a try. And so my dad took a risk and just kind of went on his own to go learn the business and see how things run and stuff like that. Yeah, and it was tough because he left the store all to my mom. So my mom was running the store all by herself.
Trying to make it.
And taking care of 2 kids. Like my brother was at this point like I think a senior in high school.
Yeah.
And I'm only in what 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah.
So she was going back and forth trying to do everything. It was pretty tough on her.
Yeah, I bet. It's like rough times, but which, we've talked about this, like to me that's inspiring, the fact that, and it takes a lot for a man to like step out of what he knows and what he's doing to jump into something else. Which
for sure.
You and I can probably relate to that now. It's just not easy to say, hey, let me drop all this knowledge and move to something else. So that's awesome for your dad. The fact that
my dad's always been like a hustler, man.
Yeah.
So when he saw the opportunity, he saw that this business was kind of slowing down. He's like, I gotta do what's right for the family.
That's crazy.
I mean, same thing when they came from Honduras and El Salvador. They were like, we can't stay here because we were not gonna have anything to be able to give our kids.
Yeah.
So it took that risk, and made the journey here, and we're here.
Yeah.
So
your dad is from
Honduras.
Oh, your dad's from Honduras.
Yeah.
And your mom's from El Salvador.
From El Salvador, yeah.
Okay. And you've gone back?
Oh yeah, when I was younger, like probably like 11, 12, I would go like every summer.
Okay.
Spend the whole summer there.
Okay.
I love it, bro. Because I don't know when's the last time you've been, but it's so peaceful.
Yeah.
Because life there, it's a little more slower, right?
Yeah.
Here in the U.S., everything's kind of like fast paced. Always looking what's next to do. How can we make money or just something? What's the move? Over there, it's just like, all right, we wake up, we'll have some coffee. Let's see what the day has planned. Do we have to work in the fields? All right, we'll get to that when we want to get to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or we wake up early and get it done early, and then just
life is different. Life is different.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I mean, we've gotten to the point where a lot of people have moved out here, and of course because of financial. I guess we're all looking for financial freedom, but not really realizing what we're leaving behind, which is you already have freedom.
Yeah, that's true. This is different.
Which it's a whole different thing, but because you're also trying to like survive, right? So, that's awesome. What through this whole time, like what has been like a life lesson that has stuck with you, something that
through the journey of seeing my dad and my parents, hustle, I'd probably say, and that's kind of still as part of my character now, is like I don't like to work for anybody. Like my dad's always worked for himself. Yeah. Everything he's done for himself. Same as my mom, and so seeing them like not have to put up with anything, kind of like reflected on me,
Yeah.
Like when I go to a job, maybe I enjoy it, but I won't enjoy, I guess, being told what to do all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I've always kind of, took after them. Like I want to do my own thing. That's the whole point of me starting, the private training. Like I can set my own hours when I want to work, how much I want to work. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm still pursuing that. I'm still pursuing that now on a bigger scale. Like we're going to work with my dad. Like we want to work for ourselves. We want to make our own money and not be told what to do and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it makes a big difference. So my dad was the same way. I told you he was a mechanic, and or he's still a mechanic, and he's always worked for himself. And I know like there was a point where he ended up going because it was the same thing. It was kind of slowing down, and maybe he wanted a shift, I guess. And he ended up going to there was a factory. They make parts, like really well known in North Carolina, and he went to work there. But I don't think he lasted that long because of that reason. Right. It's like you're not mentally able to do that. Like that you're your own boss. You can set your own time, and I picked that up as well. Even though now I work for a corporate company. But still, it's still that mentality. Right. The only reason I think I do really well is because I don't have like somebody behind my back constantly.
I got you.
So that's somewhere where I think if we strive and do better with that, I would like to get back into that. Just always looking for something different that I can do
Yeah.
as far as a business or whatnot.
I got
I'm
you.
always kind of looking for opportunities, but I think it's just that mindset that you don't want somebody to be
Right
uh,
now.
to have a boss.
Yeah, I feel you. I
Like
feel you.
we all look for that type of freedom, but not everybody can do it.
Yeah, not everybody.
It's not for everybody, So uh, if you can do it, I mean, why not
That's
get it
right.
done?
That's true. That's true.
And it seems like you're getting the opportunity now
Yeah.
to jump into that. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
true. That's true. I would say this. The company I work for now, at Bosch,
Yeah.
or like, although I do have, I guess, superior people who are above me,
Yeah.
it's probably the most chill job I've ever been at. And it's
That's
probably one
awesome.
of the jobs I would consider probably staying at, because I don't have someone constantly watching over me, like you said, like telling me what to do. Like, yes, I have someone higher than me, but they're not telling me, hey, you need to go this now, do this now, do this now, do this now.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling. So I would have considered staying at Bosch, but we're on to bigger and better things. But shout out to Bosch. Shout out to Bosch.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is that you're able to do that, and you're able to make things happen, and be flexible. This is a new chapter for you, but the fact that you and your dad are close enough like that, where he can call you up and say, hey, I need you here.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean I think family is everything, dude.
It's everything.
It's such a big deal when you're able to rely on family, and just to kind of just to be able to say, hey, I need you, and you step up to the plate,
Yeah.
and just show up there for him when it's time. So
Yeah. No, I have to, man. I mean, my dad took care of me my whole life. Who
Yeah.
who am I to be like, no, I can't put away, I can't
can't show up.
sacrifice, or what I'm saying, what I'm doing now to come help you.
Yeah.
When he sacrificed, I mean, his whole life back in Honduras to give me a better life. So
Yeah,
I
that's
can't be
true.
selfish. You know what I'm
That
saying?
is
So some people will understand it, some people don't. Like, oh, why don't you just stay here? Like you're an adult now. It's not like that.
Yeah.
You will never understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you also, I mean, if you think about it, like there might be a whole different opportunity, and obviously more knowledge that you're going to pick
Yeah.
up, that if you don't do that, then you might wonder what if,
Right.
which is, I've met a lot of people that have gotten to that age, and they're like, man, I wonder what would have been if I didn't,
Right.
if I didn't do this, right? Or I wonder what could have been if I would have gone this way. But with this, I think, I don't know. I feel like with companies like Bosch, like, if worst case, your dad's like, hey, we're good. Like, you can go back to doing whatever you need to do. You can always step back into that.
Yeah, that's true.
But with this here, to me, I feel like it's a good thing for you. It's allowing you to have that freedom, even though you're gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Having to run, the people, and also learning, but at the same time, is gonna allow you to be in positions and meet different people that maybe you would have never met here.
Right.
Sometimes we just need to, as hard as it is, like, uproot ourselves
Yeah.
from one spot and put ourselves in a different spot.
I'm already knowing, like, I'm the type of guy, like, I love my everyday routine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I'll go to work, do what I
Yeah.
have to do, even if it's work for myself or work for a company. But afterwards, like, I'll go to the gym, spend
Yeah.
time with my girlfriend, do this and that, right? Spend time with my friends, go work out, right? Getting out of that is probably gonna be the hardest thing.
I bet.
And having to start a whole new routine in a different place, you know what I'm saying, where I don't know anybody,
Yeah.
where I don't have really friends besides obviously my dad, stuff like that. Yeah, that's gonna be hard for me.
I bet. Nah, and it's not easy, because you're literally starting a whole new life. But I guess all I can tell you is, somebody that has made a lot of moves, a lot of changes.
Yeah.
I'm not a person. I'm the complete opposite of that. I don't have routines. I just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And I told you, I've always been criticized for that.
Right.
But I've learned a lot by doing that. And it's like this thing where if you're able to get yourself out of your comfortable zone, You know, there's so much that you can do because, like, even the fact that I've kind of been able to like see you, you know, so far and how you react and how you act with people. Like I'm pretty sure you've been told, but like I can see like you have a gift, dude. Like you have this charisma about you, and that's why I wanted to have you here because you know, it's like I'm that type of person that I can vibe with anybody, but it has to be like a mutual thing,
Right,
you know.
right.
Like I can feel instantly, um, and usually this is how it is for me. Like I know right away, like I like this person,
There you go.
you know. And when it comes to business, a lot of people will buy from people that they know,
That's true.
right? And a lot of people that they trust. That is very hard to get to because it's a character that it's not taught. Like you're that's just who you are. That's the
Right.
type of person you are. So the fact that you already have that, I can see you being really successful and
appreciate
you know,
that.
taking that business to another level.
Appreciate that.
Because that's how you are. It'll be like a second nature for you, you know. So as well as your routine is amazing, right? And you're focused on this and that, but I feel like the challenge that will come, it'll also be good for you, you know.
Let's hope for it, man. Let's hope for it.
It will.
Yeah.
You'll see. It'll be good, man. Um, so who has been the biggest influence in your life?
Man, we're talking, I guess, business. Probably, I was probably see my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just seeing him from a distance, like, see how hard he worked and stuff. I mean, there was times where I didn't see my dad for like 3 months, right? Because he was consistently working. But I obviously, it sucked for me as a kid. Like, I wouldn't understand it. But now as an adult, I can understand, like, the sacrifice of, you know, spending time away from the family to make sure that we did the right things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess as a model, probably my dad. But as someone that I've learned from more is probably one of my best friends. His name is Paul Harpio.
Okay.
We played soccer together in college. He let me live with him for a couple years, and those couple years, brother, I don't know what it was about him, but everything was business. He was like me. We have the same mentality, right? Everything's business. We got to work for our own. We got to make our own money. And because of him, I am the way that I am now. Like I'm always struggling for more. I always want bigger investments. I always want to do these type of things.
Yeah.
So you know, shout out to Paul for that.
That's
He really, you know, when you graduate college, you just don't really know exactly what you want to do. You know what you studied for, but like, how do I get to that point?
Yeah.
Right? How can I make the connections to get there? And I was just kind of lost for a little bit. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get there. Like, I have my degree, but I don't know how to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess with Paul, he kind of just shifts my reality a little bit. He's like, listen, sometimes working for your company is not what you want to do. Maybe you work for yourself, you go from here, you can build your own things.
Yeah.
And so I learned that from him.
Yeah.
And so I'm just grateful I got to spend time with him and learn that from him.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I can relate to that. I had a good friend of mine. We're still great friends, and he helped me also like change my way of thinking and just kind of processing. Even like when I was meeting people, even though I am a social person, I never really had. I guess I didn't know that I was.
Right.
And so I was also very shy. You know, so my friend was able to like help me push that out of me and put me like in uncomfortable situations, and I hated it. I'm like, why are you doing this to me? Like, you're just doing it to like mess with me. But I see now like that helped me in the long run and put me in a better spot because I'm able to, I love meeting new people,
right?
So it's good to have people like that can kind of push you, to get you to another level.
No, same. My homeboy did the same exact thing as your friend did. We had like a little he had a sales shop that he was doing that kind of like interacted with business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, you should come to the company. Like, you might like it. And it's the same thing. I had never done sales in my life. He's like, bro, you can't be shy. You gotta get uncomfortable. That's where growth lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously, I just kind of followed his steps, and just start growing. Learning how to talk to businesses, like taking that shyness away. Ese miedo of like not knowing what to say or just so because of him, I feel a little more confident talking to a lot more people about anything. You be a business, you be a millionaire, anything.
Yeah.
There's confidence, so.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like when you're able to see that confidence, like it shows up,
That's right.
And I mean, women see it.
That's true.
Like it helps,
That is true.
Because I've met a lot of guys, man, and they're so shy and they're not confident about themselves. And I'm not even talking about women. I'm just talking about everyday life type of thing. And you can see it, even the way that they walk. And I always try to like, whoever I can, I'm like, hey man, like pick your head up, like look confident.
There you go.
Because it does help.
It does help.
It makes a big difference.
It changes your whole life, your whole perspective on everything.
Yeah. It gives you definitely a whole different perspective in life, and of course, like who you meet. I've always been that type of person that, like I said, I'm not gonna say that I've been perfect because I've also dealt with like insecurities. Just being scared. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
But when you're pushed to those moments where you're uncomfortable, and then you kind of learn it, and you're like, well, I can do this. I can make it happen. So now you become more. You feel more confident to be able to talk to people, and then people see that in you. Where I've been offered jobs just off of that, just of the fact on how I speak or how I look, which is crazy, And some I didn't take because I was scared, but it didn't matter. Now I think about it, I'm like, that's where the what if comes in. Man, I wonder what could have been if I would have done this. Till this day, I still kick myself. I met this guy years ago when I was working doing the appraisal stuff, and he used to own it. I got there, big house. He's got everything, the pool and everything. So he's running his whole business out of the house, and he's got like a whole separate area for all his stuff, all the equipment. HVAC company. He offered me a job. He's like, man, I love, how you present yourself, this and that. I said, no. I got scared.
What if, man?
Imagine now. Like HVAC is like the biggest thing right now.
It's super important.
And I'm like, I think about that all the time, Like if I would have just been able to just not be scared and jump into that, But I didn't know. And I was scared. And
parte de la vida, papá. We all make decisions.
It happens, right? Yeah. Like you. But then, of course, like if I would have gone there, maybe my life would have been different. Maybe I wouldn't have had the kids that I had.
That's true.
So it happens. Yeah. So
I've also had the similar. I was telling your son earlier, like I went to Spain. I still kick myself about it. Because so the opportunity came to me through a friend or a teammate of mine in college. His dad worked for a company in Spain, like a sports group.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey man, I need a translator. I need someone who is very outgoing and someone who likes to take pictures and like a videographer and stuff." And at the time, I was really into that. I still am. I just haven't given that much time to it. But so and it's crazy because when his dad asked him that, he was on the phone with me. So it's like, my boy. I'm on the phone with him. I'm gonna talk to him right now. And so he put me on the phone with his dad and said, "Yeah, he's pretty much giving me a breakdown of what the job is like."
Yeah.
And I said yes, like in a heartbeat. And so I went to Spain and worked for 3 months. And the guy that I was working for, his name is Jose Regadas. He's like a lawyer out of Miami or whatnot. But he has a sports group in Spain. He's like, "Yo, it's like, stay here. It's like, stay here with me." He's like, "I'll get you your own flat. You can live here. You'll work for me." He's like, "You'll work for," because he had 2 teams at the time.
Yeah.
In that area. And I was like, "Listen, the 3 months have been great, but I gotta go." Man, looking back on it now, what would I do?
So what made you leave? Were you just like homesick?
I was a little homesick. I can't lie. I was okay with like leaving for a little bit, but then when he like offered me like a full-time position to just live in Spain, I was like, dang, I don't know. Yeah. I had to think about that, And at the time, I really wanted to get into coaching, which is what I'm currently doing and stuff. And I always kind of saw my career or my life going in that direction.
Yeah.
I had told my my old club coach, who is the current director at a club here in Clemson Anderson.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, he's like, come coach. He's like, I'll give you a team. He's like, you can learn from here, you can learn from me, and we'll just go from there. And so I had told him, I was like, I'm going to come back. And this was like around like summertime. So the fall season's about to start. And I'm like, man, I got to get back. I got to get back. So I had to make a decision. Do I stay in Spain or do I come back and coach? And part of me wishes I would have stayed in Spain just because, you know, I was around professional players, professional teams. Like these teams are playing in the, you know, the UEFA Conference Leagues. This is, you know, there's a pretty big, you know, tournaments in Europe.
Yeah.
But then, you know, what would have had if I didn't come here, I would have won, you know, the championships that I won at the high school that I coached at, you know, met all the amazing families.
Yeah.
You know, met my girlfriend, done all the amazing things I did here. But it would have been nice to see where my life would have been at.
What would have been?
In Spain?
Yeah.
Man, we were traveling. It took me to Andorra, it took me to France. It was cool. I had never experienced something like that before.
That's awesome.
So that's always that's one of my biggest what ifs, just like you. Like, what if I would have stayed?
Yeah.
Like, what would my life be like?
And yeah, we have a couple of those in life, I think, but I don't know. I guess it kind of helps you see life different too, where you're like, okay, I had this opportunity, and then like maybe next time around, because I feel like you always kind of get those, they come back around, and you're like, maybe next time I'll jump into that, but also like maybe the mindset at the moment, you weren't ready, you know.
I was still young. I was like fresh out of college, bro.
Yeah, you're not really thinking about like you have a vision where you want to go, but you weren't ready really to fully, I guess, understand that too. You know, like I can, like I said, I can relate to that because I mean, the fear kicks in, and you know, I made a commitment over here too. You know, I'm trying to keep my word, and you know, you're far away from home. How is everything supposed to look at? All these questions start popping up, and it happens. Yeah, you know,
it's tough, man. I still look at myself, man. I remember Jose, my boss, was like, "Yo, he's like, Tomas, quédate." He's like, you'll love being here. I just looked him in the face and I was like, man, I gotta go.
That's crazy. So do you still stay in contact with him, or?
We haven't talked to this. This happened in what, 2021, 2022? Okay. It was like right after COVID too.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if I text him, he might answer. Who knows? He's a very busy guy. Very busy. I mean, this guy had 3 phones. Just walking around with 3 phones and a charger. See, his pockets were always full.
That's crazy.
You know, he had his sports crew and he's a lawyer in Miami and in Mexico. So he was just always here. So yeah, who knows? Maybe I could text him or text my friend to put me in contact with his dad. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it would be dope.
So MMP, right?
Yeah.
Is that like a national league or?
No, MMP is just
or training.
It's just a small business. That's what it is. It's my boy Paulie. It's a business that he started when we were in school.
Okay.
He started it with another friend of ours. His name is Mitchell. He lives out in Dallas, Texas, and he also has his own mind and power training over there.
Okay, cool.
So they started that at CIU while I was there. I was going into my junior year.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, hey, we want to start this private, training group in Colombia. We realized there's not a market for it. Like, there's not a lot of, people who are doing it, so it's not saturated.
Yeah.
And so like, okay, cool, that's what's up. So what do you need from me? He's like, bro, can we use you for content? For like make videos and stuff, and we're just gonna keep growing here. I was like, okay, yeah, for sure. At the time, I was like, I'm still in school, so I didn't care. I was like, yeah, I'll help you guys.
Okay.
And once I graduated, Paul started to make a pretty good amount of money. You know what I'm saying, in the area of Colombia, because there's no really any private trainers in soccer. I mean, I play soccer now.
Yeah.
Right. And Colombia's not that small of a city.
Yeah.
So when you're the only private trainer and you're a good trainer, I mean, everybody's feeding. He was working from like 8 a.m. to like 8 p.m. And I can just imagine how much he was making. So when I went to live with him, he's like, you know what? He said, bro, come work with me. He's like, I'll give you sessions. I'll show you how to do one-on-one private sessions. I guess obviously football, but like I'll help you learn how to talk to kids and how to coach them and stuff like that. So that's really honestly where my coaching career started. It's like doing private trainings with kids and stuff like that, and I loved it. because I loved like seeing kids improve and like get better and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then I'd go watch them play and like see them do the things that I've taught them. It's just like it's such a heartwarming feeling, you know. It's like, yeah, I did something right.
Yeah.
So that's what Mind and Power is. And so when he stayed in Colombia, and I moved back home here to Anderson, I did my own thing. I started working at the club.
So you started
the Mind and Power. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So I started, like I said, at the club where I started at. That's kind of where I started getting the kids to feed to my company. Kids who were like, yeah, they were at the club, but they wanted to get better, so they tried to do private trainings, and so that was the guy to go to.
That's awesome.
To go learn how to, I guess, perfect your dribbles, perfect your shooting, I guess your vision of the game, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they would contract me. Yeah. So that's what Mind and Power is, man.
That's so cool, man. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and put a link for. Well, what's gonna happen with that? Are you gonna go ahead and?
Unfortunately, it's gonna.
You're just gonna go ahead and.
I was maybe somewhere in the near future I can pick it back up, maybe in Miami, right? But right now, my number one goal is to.
How was that like here? Did you feel like it was?
Yeah, it sucks. It hurts a little bit because here I was making decent money off of it, right? Of coaching like mostly all the kids in Anderson, all the kids in Clemson, all the kids in Clemson. I had a huge group coming out of Clemson because that's where the high school was at, where I coached at, Walhalla, Seneca. So that I catered to all those kids. So now with me leaving, like it's free game for anybody.
Yeah.
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 It's tough for me because I'm gonna miss my kids, but it's just part of life,
Yeah. My entrepreneur mind comes in. I'm like, man, if you could like have somebody trained already just to take it over.
Yeah. No, I do have a young guy who could pick up after me.
Yeah.
And kind of just give me a small share. But the biggest thing is field space around here.
Yeah.
It's finding where you can coach at. On a daily basis and not like have to, pay a fee or whatnot because it's very rare.
Yeah.
And when I was working at the club, like I could go to the club's fields at any time that I wanted because I've been there for a long time.
Yeah.
And I played at the club, so there's that trust,
Yeah.
So I did all my trainings there.
Yeah, so it gets a little
So now
complicated.
It gets complicated. I started thinking of all the logistic things, and I was like, it's tough. So,
man,
it is what it is, man.
Yeah, that sucks. But you learn from that, obviously, and you get to experience that part, being a coach, leading kids. What is something that you kind of picked up from these kids, like just that just amazed you, that you were like, man, the fact that I'm teaching them and you got something back from them, because we always, even that you're leading, but you always get something back, I feel like.
Right. I probably just say relationships, man. Relationships. I've met like some of the kids' parents have strong connections around the area. They've always thought of me.
That's awesome.
Because they didn't realize how much I care about their kids and how much effort and love I put into kids. There's coaches out there who just are kind of just there to just be there.
Yeah.
But I genuinely care, right? Yeah. Not only for my success, but for their success, like their improvement, and that's just on the field. Like off the field, I want to make sure I'm making men into this world and making kids who like aren't jerks. You know what I mean? And they're humble.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to be a great soccer player and be like, soy mejor de todos. I'm the best.
Yeah.
So I'm like, humble yourself, because there's always someone out there who's a little bit better than you, right? And it's working just as hard as you.
Yeah.
So stay humble and get to that point, Yeah. And so, I'll probably say relationships. Parents have always thought of me and just connected me to certain places, and it's gone well for me.
That's awesome. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's something that I've also like picked up throughout the years, and I think that's the reason why I am who I am now. Is I'm always trying to meet new people. Not because of the I guess egotistic part of it, that I just like meeting new people and making connections, because you never know who you're gonna meet.
Right. That's true.
Like just like you and I, the way that I reach out to you, not really knowing, like especially nowadays on social media, it's so hard to meet people.
Right.
Because you don't know if that person is really caring to meet anybody or willing to connect with somebody else. I'm all about that, trying to make sure that I can connect with people, and how can I help you, do something, That's just the type of person that I am. I try to connect, but and I love businesses in a sense of I love kind of creating new ideas of something, or maybe just kind of give you a different point of view, that makes you think different. And yeah, you never know who you're gonna meet, or maybe that person that you meet gives you a whole different point of view
Right.
on how to do your stuff. You know, so it's good to have that. And they always say it's not what you know, it's who you know.
There you go.
know?
There you go. It's who you know.
That's that's something that I was kind of stuck by, man, because you never know exactly where life is gonna take you and who you're gonna meet. And then throughout life, you're gonna meet good people, you're gonna meet bad people, but I think you learn from both sides.
I goes to say, make connections, talk to everybody, be nice to everybody, because you never know where it's gonna take you. I mean, it took me to Spain, so
Yeah.
just make friends, man.
I was gonna. You brought up that point. Be nice to everybody. This is something so I've been lucky enough to be in managing positions, but also before that, there was just this thing that just kept me in businesses or wherever I was working. Dude, I don't know, I got the feeling that you're the same way, but I would always talk to even the janitor.
Always.
You know, just because sometimes they know more than anybody else.
That's right.
They're just there, maybe just mopping, and they see everything, dude. They know all the information that you need to know.
That's how it is.
And then I've seen shows with entrepreneurs and stuff, and they're like, yeah, you talk to. The fact that I even think about that makes me feel good that I hear it from somebody else that's so successful. Because you never know, and I've met people that have been down. So one of my bosses was, when I was doing the appraisal business, I went to a shop one time. I don't remember it because this is what he told me. Eventually he became my boss, right? So in the interview, he's like, hey, I remember you. And I'm like, what? From where? He's like, yeah, do you remember one time you came to, this was in Charlotte. He's like, you came to so-and-so shop and I talked to you there. I was like, I don't remember. He's like, well, I remember you and you were really nice. You were a cool guy then, and
Still cool.
Here we are. He's like, now I get to hire you. I was like, dude, you never know, who you're gonna. And he's we don't really talk anymore, but I can go back to him and reach out to him,
right.
and we've created that relationship. So yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Dude. It's crazy.
I had the same thing happen to me. Very similar with Jose, the guy I was talking about from Spain. So when we got on the plane to head to Spain, it was me. It was the vice president of the club, Jose, who is the actual president of the club and the CEO of everything. But when I met him, I was like, "Hey, how you doing, sir? My name is Thomas. Nice to meet you." I was like, me asking who are you? I was like, "I'm just a lawyer." I was like, okay, cool. He's just a lawyer. He's just a lawyer of, I guess, the sports group, and that's it. And then obviously the guy who brought me along, Mr. McGovern. And so we're on the plane, and I'm chatting up with these guys, just being, common and just casual and just talking. And then when we get to Spain, and then everybody keeps shaking his hand, I'm like, okay, all right, everybody shakes hand, whatever. Yeah. I'm like, yo, and they're like, yo, how do you know Jose? I'm like, I don't know, just Mr. McGovern. They're like, that's the owner, right? I was like, mind blown. But I guess Jose saw how genuine I was towards him, that he just took me everywhere with him. Yeah. I mean, if he had a meeting, like, oh, Tomas, let's go. Yeah. We're going out to eat. Let's go. Yeah. And it's just courtesy, you know? Be nice, talk to them. Because imagine if I would have known that he was owner, I probably would have been more
you would have been
a little more formal. I was not formal with him. I was like, yo, no mames, güey, todo bien. You know what I'm saying? Because he's Mexican, and I was like, and then I guess he liked me. That's crazy. I know, it was such a weird moment for me when I found out he was the owner. Everything changed from there. I was like, oh, hey, sir, how you doing?
You're like, I'm so sorry.
Because I was dapping him up. I was hugging him like it was normal.
Yeah.
And I guess it was just.
But I'm pretty sure he liked it. He appreciated it because you didn't see him
Right.
For that, like even like now, maybe like the kids that you train, right?
Right.
And you know, you have these like hotshot little kids. They're just like, hey, what's up? You know, and you're like, I could relate to you because that's how I was when I was
Yeah.
younger. You know, so you kind of want to take them under your wing. You know,
Nah, I
and
see what
that's
you're
probably
saying,
how
yeah,
they.
for sure, yeah.
That's probably how he saw you too.
Yeah, so shout out to Jose, man. I'm telling
That's
you,
funny.
it was funny to me for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's not who you know. No, it's not
It's not
what you know.
no,
It's
it's who
who you
you
know.
know. It's who you know.
And you said what? Be nice.
Be nice to everybody.
Be nice
humble,
to everybody.
Man. Just talk. Just make them feel like they can be seen. That's really it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Just talk to them.
Yeah, everybody has a whole different perspective in life, you know, and it's not about everybody or you as a person having the right, I guess the right way of doing things. Like I said, anybody can point you out to a whole different way of seeing it, doing things, and that's always important to have, you know. Like I've learned a lot from. I've never been in a position where I really had to like mentor kids. I work with kids. I like doing that too, but one of the things that I've always kind of been open to is just kind of observing kids and learning from kids, you know, because they have also
Yeah.
a lot to teach you. Like with my kids, I I pretty much got to the point like I've seen like the way that I grew up, you know,
Different.
it's different. It was like, hey, shh, be quiet. Cuando los adultos hablan, you know, you don't talk.
Yeah.
Like you just
Speak
stay over there.
Speak when
Yeah.
you're spoken to. That's it.
With my kids, I wanted to for them to have that because I'm trying to show them to be more secure in themselves, especially them being men, right? Because I don't want them to struggle through that. So I want them to have that now, and which is it's kind of like a double-edged sword because yeah, my son, especially the youngest one, he'll talk back, right?
That's what you're saying.
But it's this thing where it's like, man, I can't say nothing because I taught him that.
Right.
You know, I'm teaching him to stand up for himself, speak whenever you need to say something because if you can't say anything, you know, you can't express yourself.
Right.
You know, and that's also not a good thing. But with that comes like the respect part. Like, hey,
sure.
have respect for your elders, you know, all that good stuff. And yeah, I've learned so much just from actually sitting down and seeing their point of view of how they think, how they process things. I can't remember what happened one day. I was working on something in the garage and my son's like he sees me struggling and I'm mad. I can't remember what I was doing. He's like, Dad, why don't you just do it this way? And I'm like, you're right. And it worked.
And it worked
you know?
out.
Yeah.
You
So
go,
you never know who you're gonna pick up something from or learn.
Right.
You know. So it's always good to have that like mentality to pick up from even kids. You know, they have a lot to teach you.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a good thing. So what's the goals that you have like here forward, like for since you're moving to Miami? What's your goals? What you're thinking?
I have a lot of goals. Thank you for asking. First goal, number one goal is financial freedom.
Okay.
I mean, my dad makes, I would probably say, a good amount of money in Miami.
Yeah.
And knowing that, with me taking over, like I want to double it, I want to triple it, so
Yeah.
I can finally make investments into bigger things. Like
Yeah.
I want to do real estate.
Good. Yeah.
I want to have even smaller businesses that like I kind of just like so what I'm looking for, where it's just like
Like
cash flow.
revolving.
cash flow.
Yeah,
Cash
I
flow.
get-
So I'm looking for like a laundromat or a car wash, something like this,
Yeah.
right? Something
Yeah.
where like I don't have to fully be there,
Yeah.
where it's making me money,
Yeah.
right? So that because the ultimate goal for me is to not live in the United States.
Yeah.
Right, I've always had the idea of living outside the country, especially my girlfriend. She's from Brazil. I would love to live in Brazil.
Okay.
Right, the culture of football and just the way
Yeah.
of life is what I want to be a part of that.
Heck
Like,
yeah.
I've lived here my whole life, and it's just like I want something different now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the number one goal is financial freedom. Is really push for that here in the next, probably say in the next 8 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then second, I'll probably say marriage.
Okay. Oh, damn.
I mean, we my girlfriend have been together for 3 years now. Yeah, I think it's time that I find.
So where were we having this wedding at? In Miami, or are we going to Brazil?
Definitely not Miami. If I did it in Miami, it's gonna cost me an arm and a leg. I'm gonna have to sell myself.
Oh man, you're gonna have to work hard, dude.
I know. I'm gonna work extremely hard.
That's crazy.
I think me and her are like on the same page. Like we don't want the biggest wedding.
Yeah.
Like we're okay with like going
Something
to like a different country and just inviting just our friends.
Yeah.
And that's it. And we're cool with that. We don't want to have like in our family, obviously.
Yeah.
We don't want to have the most expensive wedding, or the biggest wedding. So she always talks about Italy.
Okay.
So I know there's a certain place in Italy. I'm not gonna disclose it on the podcast because she'll see it and be like, okay, I know where to go.
Yeah.
There's a certain place in Italy where I really want to go propose to her and have the wedding there.
Okay.
Or we can have the wedding back in Brazil, but definitely propose to her in Italy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could be anywhere, just in case she watches
anywhere.
it.
It could be Japan. Who knows? But yeah.
It might be in Walhalla for all we know.
Yeah, that's true. Walhalla. So yeah, number one goal is financial freedom. 2, probably marriage, and then 3, obviously I'm a family man. I want kids. I would like to have a big family.
Okay.
And so yeah.
So do you have any kids now? Or?
I have no kids.
No kids. No. Okay. All right.
I feel like I can't say I'm too young or too old for it yet, but it just.
No, how old are you?
I'm only 28.
28?
So yeah, I can't say I'm too young.
Yeah, I can't say anything, dude. I started too early.
And see, I can't even say it because
the Latino in me came out, and
for me, it was just like I want to have things set in place before I have the kids.
Yeah.
And I'm not like throwing dirt on my parents or anything, but like they started young as well and they didn't have much. And for the first part of my life, I could say from like up to 5 years old, we struggled a little bit. Yeah. I didn't understand it when I was a kid because I was a kid. You don't know what I guess pobreza is when you're young.
It is, yeah.
But like when you get older, you think like, yo, the things that we did are just not common. Young kids here in America don't do that.
I know,
right?
Man.
And I can't say I grew up poor my whole life, right? Like things got better eventually when my dad working hard and stuff like that. But things weren't common as American kids have it here. So I don't want my kids to have to go through certain things that we went through, right? The constantly the hardships, stuff like that. See my parents always frustrated about money. I hate that feeling of having frustrations about money.
Oh yeah.
Right. And sometimes Fernanda doesn't understand it. My family doesn't understand it, but they don't have to understand it. It's my life, right? I want to make sure these things are correct before I get started, because I want to be able to be there for my kids, teach them how to play soccer. That's my biggest dream in life. Is have a boy or a girl, I don't care. Okay. Right? Is teach them how to play football and make them the best in the area. That is like my biggest dream. And then they go on to go pro. My life's complete.
That's it.
My life's complete. I could die right now. I'll be happy.
You're good. So that's awesome.
Those are my goals. Nothing too crazy, right?
Yeah. Now I'm in this. I guess in my life, I'm learning, which I've seen it work in my life, but I'm learning how to visualize and just call all these things into existence. And the way that I say that I've seen it is because, like, if I wanted a certain job, and I'm just like visualizing, this is what I want, and I, like, a couple of months later or maybe a year, and I'm there, I'm like, this is crazy, how did I get here? You probably have experienced that too. So what I'm trying to say is, like, I love that. I love your goals. It's a good thing, and you're not too old. Like you're doing the right thing by saying, hey, I'm trying to prepare myself, because that's something that you don't want your kids to go through that. Like, that's the whole purpose of being a parent, right? You don't want your kids to go through that struggle. I think if our parents could do that and could make it better, they would have, but I think it also takes time for our parents. They go through their struggle, we go through their struggle, and then you're able to kind of set that path for your kids so they don't have to struggle as much, which is a good thing and a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. But I feel like as long as you're teaching them the foundation of, hey, yeah, you have this, but also don't, keep in mind that you could lose it at any moment. Not like raising spoiled kids,
Right, for sure.
That's always
Definitely don't want to have that.
that's always a good thing, because sometimes like my son, he doesn't realize like everything that he has. He doesn't realize how good he has it. So I always try to like sit down and talk to them, and I'm like, hey, this and this and this is what I've gone through, right? Make sure that you're paying attention. Yeah, you have this and you're able to do that, but that doesn't mean that you're always gonna have that. Like,
Right.
I can try to help you as much as I can, but my goal in life is to raise you to be a man so you can continue that. And I'm trying to give you that pad, that support that you can go ahead and just, it's an easier takeoff from that,
I got you.
So that's good, man. That's I can definitely see you going out there, making everything happen, all your goals. Like I said, you have a really good and I know we're not like, we're what? I'm 38, so we're about 10 years apart. I know that I'm not much older, but I guess as far as because I have kids, and then I could kind of go back to me, dude. I didn't want to be 30. I was so scared of being 30, but I had lived so much already that I was just a crazy, crazy kid that it didn't matter what it was. I just did it. I didn't have no breaks. I just wanted to experience life in every possible way. So I experienced life in such a like quick way.
I got you.
That you get yourself in situations that you shouldn't be. But now that's why I am the way that I am. More chill, more calm. Like I'm not trying to look for fights with anybody. I rather like give you advice. Like
wisdom.
I'm the epitome of an unk. Like let's talk about your problems, dude.
There you go. How can I help you, my friend?
Yeah.
I can relate to that too. Obviously, I'm not as old as you, but I feel like all the crazy things, because my parents were always working, so there was very little guidance or very little. So like they weren't always watching me, so I had all this free time to just do whatever I wanted. And when you have free time, when you're a kid, you don't know really what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
You just kind of do things, and sometimes you go into a bad place and mess things up, and you're like, damn. All right, I need to get out of here before my parents find out.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm kind of the same way as you. Like I did all the crazy things from the age of like 12 when I started up until I guess I finished right after college. That's when I was like, all right, I'm done being dumb.
Done going crazy.
I'm done going crazy. Like I'll go out from time to time with my friends, but for the most part, I know what I want now in life.
Yeah.
And I just want to be chill. I don't want to have all these crazy things happening. So
no, yeah, and it's good to have that though. Like I don't think it's a bad thing to go through that, and like you're gonna mess up, you're gonna make mistakes, but those are experiences that you get to learn from, and then you get to apply them later on in life, right? Like now yeah, I shouldn't go to this bad place because I don't want to be part of that. Like so I'm gonna stay on this side. Versus if you didn't know, like how many marriages that I've seen that the husband or the wife, they just kind of lose it because they didn't get to do that growing up.
Right.
And then it's like, man, I want to go party now. I got money and I can go do this and I can go do that. And they just like the wife or the husband is like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Maybe the midlife crisis or whatever.
Yeah.
And they lose it because they never had the chance to go enjoy themselves and make mistakes. And now they're getting to the point in life where they're like, I've never done that. I never got to experience that.
That's what you're saying.
And you're like, man, it's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late.
About 45, you want to go up out here and you want to wild out. No,
and then
sir.
the kids are like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
You know, it's like, you're supposed to be grown.
Yeah.
Like, calm down.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
so.
super important you find a spouse that you guys are on the same page and y'all do the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought my girlfriend did the same thing, but worse.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? We're good. So when we mesh together and we're 45, I know we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
We'll be chilling.
Yeah, that's all that matters. It's like I said, it's just picking up from experiences, just being able to take advantage of, like I said, even if it was bad decisions that you made, they were made, but also taught you to be different now.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So,
for sure.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you being here. I think we're running into an hour.
And we smoked it. We just started talking. And I feel you. That's what's up.
I wish I had more time with you. Hopefully we will. Like I said, maybe for all you know, we'll come down to Miami, come and see you.
And
which you'll be coming out here, so you know, let's stay in contact. And anything that I can help you with, you know, honestly, anything at all, I would love to, you know, even if it's just guidance. Like if you have a question, dude, like I'm available, man.
I appreciate it.
Like I know we don't know ourselves from a long time. You have a lot of good people. I met a lot of your friends. I love that. That's a big deal to me. You guys look like family. Like you guys have each other's back. But you know, I always like to have somebody else extra there, because you never know. Like, hey, you know. So, and I'll do the same thing with you, like, because I don't have the answers to everything. You know, I always like to have somebody that I can just call up and like, hey, man, like, what do you think about this? You know. Yeah. Like I said, you can give me a whole different perspective or point of view, you know, that I might not even be thinking about.
Sure.
So I appreciate you being here, man, and taking the time. You know, maybe we'll have you again in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Once my channel's like, you know,
blown up and I'm doing well in life.
Yes. Yeah. I might ask you about, you know, how let's say, I might ask you like how many locations you have in Miami.
I got you. I'll share everything to you, man.
All right, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for showing up.
Of course.
All right, guys. Thank you for showing up today. Hopefully, you guys like the podcast today with my man Thomas. And you're doing stuff on social media.
Yes, I'm gonna be obviously when moving to Miami. I would like to do a lot more. You know, content creation of the business that I'm doing. You know, if maybe someone out there is kind of interested in getting into commercial roofing or wants guidance and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be, you know, I guess vlogging more on this type of things. Yeah. And it's a rough business, but rough business is their money. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of business that no one wants to do. So if someone's interested in doing it, I'm gonna be, you know, putting out some content for that.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. And so where can they find you?
On my socials for now until I make I don't know, YouTube or something like that. But this Instagram is Thomas Izaguirre 4. That's it.
Thomas Izaguirre 4. All right. Yeah, we'll put a link on there so you guys can follow him. He's got a lot of good content. He's been creating content here in the area of Anderson, South Carolina, just helping some of the local businesses here too. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to please share, like the video, subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel so that way we can have more people like Thomas here and just get to hear stories. So thank you so much. Have a good one.